Just listen to this, Mother. Tom Gordon, one of Friendly Valley's leading farmers, was painfully injured Monday evening when he fell through the opening in the floor of the hay mow in his dairy barn. Sounds like I did it on purpose. Mr. Gordon was at a loss to know how he happened to plunge through the opening, since he was fully aware of its presence. Now, how do you like that? Happened to plunge. I just slipped, that's all. He had worked in the area once or twice daily for more than 20 years. Now, how did Bill Thomas know that?
You told him yesterday, that's how.
Yeah, no, but this story sounds like I'd been walking in my sleep or something. Like it was my fault instead of an accident.
Well?
Now, look here, Mother. I've been getting less sympathy from you.
Now, Tom, I've tried to be sympathetic and helpful, but please admit that you should have built a rail around that opening years ago. Of course, we're sorry it happened, but don't be impatient with Bill Thomas when he prints facts.
Time to check your temperature, Mr. Gordon.
You'll probably find his temperature pretty high, Miss Collins.
Oh, I don't think so. He's a pretty good patient.
Uh-huh. Thank you, Miss Collins.
He looks more like you every day.
Oh, Peggy, all babies look alike till they're 6 months old. He has 2 months to go.
He has not. He has exactly 1 month, 20 days, and 3 hours to go.
My little statistician. Say, speaking of 3 hours, I'd better get Mom at the hospital.
Oh, yes, it's about time. Oh, and Ralph, ask her if she'd like to stay here tonight.
Well, I'll try, but you know, Mom, there's no place like home to her.
But she can't stay over there alone all the time Dad's in the hospital.
I'll try. Isn't he cute? Bye, Tommy. Bye, Peg.
Good to see you feeling so chipper, Tom.
I feel fine, George. But it's tough to lie in bed when I know there's so much work to be done out home.
Well, now you know you don't have to worry about that for a minute. Ralph will take care of anything that needs to be done.
Well, Ralph has a lot to do on his own place, but we'll get along.
Sure, there are plenty of good neighbors who will help out if you get into a pinch. Say, by the way, speaking about Ralph being busy, we gave him another job this afternoon.
Who gave him what job?
County Safety Commission appointed him chairman of the annual Farm Safety Campaign.
Oh, fine.
Uh-huh. Pointing a finger at me, eh?
What do you mean, Tom?
I break my ankle. Purely accidental. The newspaper makes it sound like pure carelessness. My family thinks it's my fault. Then your committee appoints my son to teach me how to keep from breaking my neck.
Don't be silly, Tom.
Why, he'll be working with everybody in the county, Tom. It's a big job, and Ralph is just the boy who can do it.
I doubt that. Hi, Mom, Dad.
Hi, Ralph.
Now, what's this I can do, George?
You can do a better job of heading up the farm safety campaign than anybody else in the county.
Yeah? So what?
So we appointed you chairman of the committee this afternoon.
No, you're kidding.
Yes, sirree. You're supposed to keep me from jumping off the windmill or stabbing myself with a pitchfork.
Oh, Tom.
That was pretty nice rain we had the other night.
Yes, very good. We certainly needed it out our way. Looks like we're going to have a good year this year.
Hi, everybody. I'm sorry I'm late. I had to take Dad home from the hospital.
How's he doing?
Swell. Of course, he'll be on crutches for a couple of weeks, but he'll be okay if we can make him take it easy.
Oh, that's good. Well, fellows, I think Tom Gordon's broken ankle points up the objective of the safety campaign we're going to talk about tonight. Ralph, even though your dad won't admit it, I still think that accident could have been prevented.
I know it could have. He or I should have built a railing around that haymow opening years ago.
That's exactly the point. All of us have hazards around our homes or farms which should be removed, but we just don't get those jobs done. Now, if this committee can get folks to realize that most accidents are preventable, then we will save a lot of suffering as well as loss of time and money.
You're right, George. I suppose the first job is to set up a program. Now, we have samples of material from the National Safety Council and some from the State University. But of course, we'll have to make our plans fit our local conditions. Now, here's an idea that might work.
So you stayed up late just to see your grandpa, didn't you? You know, you're quite a boy. Yes, you are. Can you say Grandpa? Can you? How long before he'll talk, Peggy?
Oh, why, he says Mama and Daddy now. Of course, you can't understand him, but I can.
What do you mean I can't understand him? Have him say Grandpa. Come on, Tommy. Say Grandpa.
Tom, you're expecting a miracle.
Well, he's my grandson.
Because of that, I suppose he should start talking real early and keep at it for a long time.
I don't like the way she said that. Do you? Come on, Tommy. Say Grandpa. Come on.
Well, that about does it. George, you're going to contact Mr. Swanson at the university and write for the material from the National Safety Council.
All right, Ralph.
Howard, you're going to contact Bill Thomas at the news and arrange for local publicity.
I'll do that.
Jim, your job is to sell all organizations in the county on this program and get their cooperation, right?
Right.
And Wally, you have the biggest job of all, training your future farmer boys and handling their inspection schedules.
That won't be too difficult. They're good boys and have had some experience. If we stage one good training session, they'll be all set.
Then that's our first big job, fellas. Setting up and running a one-day demonstration on someone's farm.
Say, Ralph, do you suppose your dad would let us use his place? Plenty of yard space and buildings to work on.
Well, I can ask him. What day should we shoot at for holding the demonstration?
What do you say to about 3 weeks?
Grandma's little boy.
Where's Dad?
Look. I can't do a thing with him. Maybe you can some.
I'll try.
Well, he's been working out there all day long.
Dad,
Hi.
the chairman of the Clark County Safety Campaign orders you to drop that hoe before you break your ankle again.
And his wife seconds the order.
Well, since it's unanimous, I'll have to mind. Hello, Tommy boy. Well, how are you? Have you learned to say Grandpa yet? Have you? Come on, smile for Grandpa. Yeah, boy.
I'm over to ask a favor, Dad.
Sure. What is it?
Well, 3 weeks from today, we're holding a safety training session for the FFA boys. Going to train them on how to find hazards around a farm. We'd like to use your place.
Well, okay. But you won't find any hazards around here.
Oh, no? We'll see.
So today we work in pairs, just as we will on other farm inspections. You have your assignments and you have your partners. There are at least 20 hazards around and in the buildings and in the house. Some of them have been rigged up, of course, but let's get going and see how many we can find.
Off they go in all directions, and before they've gone too far, Ron and Neil discover a jumble of forks and scoops in the barn, a threat to any passerby. Up goes the warning tag which reads, "Do not remove me until you remove this hazard." Larry and Roger find a most dangerous hazard, gasoline stored inside the machine shed. Straw and litter on the floor directly under the exhaust pipe of the pickup truck. A perfect setup for a fire. A messy collection of grease buckets, oil cans, and rags in the farm shop is a fire hazard too. These boys can't find safety glasses to protect Tom's eyes when he uses his grinder. Have a staff for leading your bull, Mr. Gordon? Don't need a staff for a tame bull like that. Well, remember, it's the tame bulls that kill people. Gary and Oscar discover a lightning rod cable disconnected from the ground. Cattle had rubbed it loose. Up goes another warning. When his new grandson starts walking, Tom will have to cover this open water tank to prevent a drowning accident. Don and Jean discover a loose plank on the well platform, a very dangerous hazard. They hang a fix-me sign above it. A wired-up rung in a ladder is an invitation to broken bones. A warning tag reminds Tom that a new ladder would be a good investment. If your barn caught fire, is your hose long enough and the pressure high enough to throw water to the peak of the roof? Garden rakes and hoes left lying with tines or cutting edges up are a hazard to anyone around the dooryard. It takes but seconds to stand them up and avoid a painful injury. Wes and Harry find the hole that Tom fell through and broke his ankle. Let's pin a tag on that one for sure and hope he'll put a safety rail around it real soon. Watch out for that weak board in the haymow floor, Wes. It's easy to break a leg on a hazard like that. A warning tag will remind Tom that it needs fixing. Inside this door is a real surprise, a dangerous fire hazard. Rags, papers, wood, all mixed together. Well, Mother Gordon isn't responsible for this one. It was a plant. Inspecting the furnace smoke pipe, the boys find deep rust spots that indicate it needs replacement. Up goes another fix-me tag to warn Tom of the hazard. These boys don't miss a bet. Sure enough, there's a penny under a blown-out fuse. A poor place to hide your money, unless you want to invite a fire. Fuses are safety valves. Keep good ones in place, always. Tom, this stairway needs a handrail for safety and a general cleaning up of pails and bottles that invite falls. These boys find the washing machine is not grounded, an invitation to serious electrical shocks or even death. Upstairs, Mother Gordon is warned that electric light cords under rugs are a very dangerous fire hazard, and the boys plant a warning card. The boys ask to see the fire extinguisher, and sure enough, it's practically empty and therefore useless. They ask to see the first aid kit and find that it needs restocking if the Gordon family is to be ready for the minor accidents that always occur around the farm.
18, 21, 23, 25. Say, Wally, these boys found a couple that you had missed.
Good work, boys. Now, that's the way you'll work in teams of two, on farms or in town, when folks request a survey.
Looks like we're going to have plenty of work for you fellas. Requests are already coming in. Now comes the easy part of the program. Someone else is going to do the work. Mr. Swanson came up from the university especially to help us get this program started and to give us his safety demonstration and talk. Mr. Swanson, will you take over, please?
Thanks, Ralph. Fellas, let's make a little circle around here. Just sit down and make yourself comfortable. You boys are starting out to make farm inspections. Inspections on your own farms and on the farms of your neighbors. Your goal is to save lives and prevent injuries. In making these inspections, let's impress on others, and remember it ourselves, that a large percentage of the fatal accidents are caused by lack of judgment. There isn't anything on the farm that requires better judgment than the operation of a tractor. I have a model tractor here, built to scale to represent a full-size tractor. With it, we can demonstrate many of the things that happen to full-size tractors without subjecting ourselves to the hazardous situations. Let's consider, first of all, the basic problems that make tractors dangerous. One thing is the high center of gravity. That is a high because of necessity, but in turn it makes the tractor tip over easier sideways. Then, too, many of our tractors are built with three wheels, or maybe I should say with 3 points touching the ground. That type of design has its advantages, but there, too, it makes the tractor tip over more easily sideways. Tractors are made relatively light on the front end for easier steering. With this advantage, we have the disadvantage of a light front end, making the tractor easier to tip over backward. In summing up tractor safety, let us keep in mind that no tractor company can build a safe tractor for an unsafe operator. We've changed over from horse farming to tractor farming. Tractors with more speed and more power, but no judgment. The old horse furnished part of the thinking for us by staying in the plow furrow or turning back into the proper corn row at the end of the field. Today, all the thinking is up to us, and the decision we make may mean the difference between life or death. The speed of tractor travel is very important in safe operation. 10 miles an hour may be safer than 2 miles an hour in some situations. And so again, we come back to using good judgment. Over half of our deaths from tractors are caused by tractors tipping over. And over half of these tip-overs are side tipping, caused by turning too short at high speeds, driving too close to ditches, or hitting obstructions. Here again, you have to use your own good judgment in selecting a safe speed. And keep in mind that doubling the speed of a tractor doesn't increase your possibility of tipping over twice, but 4 times. Hitting field and farmyard obstructions, such as stones or stumps, cause many fatal tipping accidents every year. The wider the wheel setting, the less chance for side tipping. Keep the wheel set as wide as the job you're doing permits. The backward tipping often results from tractors being mired in the mud or hitched to loads that are too heavy to pull. The tractor can't think, but it does make a mechanical choice. This situation represents misjudgment, where the operator has fastened a post to the tractor wheels in order to pull out of the mud. If it requires more power to lift your tractor out of the mud than it does to lift the front end of the tractor will tip over backwards. The same thing will happen when your tractor goes up too steep an incline with too heavy a load. The tractor does not delay and scratch its radiator before making this decision, but it does it quickly, without warning to the operator. The operator may not get a second chance. When you are making farm inspections, pass on the word that many youngsters are killed because they are expert-riders on tractors. This might happen to your brother or sister, or some child in your neighbor's family. A tractor is built to carry the operator only. Following this rule will save a lot of lives. The power takeoff shaft of a tractor can be a wicked killer if not properly guarded. The implement industry has planned carefully for your protection by shielding all power takeoff shafts. They have even gone so far as making a non-removable shield, which can be used interchangeably between various makes of machines. The work of the farm machinery industries can be effective only if you and your neighbors do your part in keeping power takeoff shields in place. In planning our safety program, let's not forget the highways. We all drive cars and tractors, and we need to be aware that thousands of lives are lost needlessly each year on the highways. While we've been talking here, cars have been whizzing by at 60 and 70 miles an hour. Do you realize you're riding 4 feet from death every moment you're on the highway? 4 feet, sometimes less, between you and a head-on crash and sudden death. When 2 cars traveling at 60 miles an hour crash head-on, the impact is equal to a drop of almost 500 feet. 10 times the height of that windmill. Not a pleasant thought, is it? Let me emphasize again that you need to encourage the removal of hazards and promote the use of good judgment on every farm you visit. You fellows are the farmers of tomorrow, and what you do, together with what other groups do, and other individuals, will determine whether or not we continue with this needless suffering and this needless waste of human lives through farm accidents. In summary, you might say, we write our own ticket. Thanks, fellas.
Mr. Swanson, that's one of the finest things I've seen and heard in a long while. If we can just get the young folks to talk and practice safe living, we'll save a lot of grief.
Yes, and that goes for you older folks, too, huh, Dad?
Thanks a lot, Tom, for the use of your plates. I'll remove the 8 warning cards from the spots that I rigged up, but I'll leave them on the other 17 that really need attention.
You mean you found 17 unsafe conditions around this place?
That's right, Dad.
Well, I'll be...
Home from a shopping trip, Tom unloads a new staff for leading that tame bull, another 25 feet of hose, a new chimney pipe for the furnace, a box of new fuses, and a new handrail for those dangerous basement steps. To prove that he's really taking this safety campaign seriously, Tom builds a railing around that haymow hole and takes down the warning sign. No more falls for Tom.
He woke up just because he knows his daddy's coming home soon.
Oh, here they are now.
Hi.
Hi, Dad. How was the dinner and the meeting?
Wonderful. Wonderful. Your son did himself proud.
Here, Mom, let me have my big boy.
Hi, Tommy. Mother, look. I got a pin.
A safety pin.
Uh-huh. For cleaning up those 17 hazards we had around our place. And you know what? I'm going to give this safety pin to Tommy.
Well, why, Dad?
Because I did it just for him. I didn't want to have another accident before Tommy learned to say Grandpa.
Oh, Dad.
There.